Guys, so today we're going to be going over daily profiles, time openings, how to use time and price with your in combination with your bias, how to confirm it, and also daily profiles. So let's get into it. So first, let's just get a brief overview of the different type of market maker models that we ideally want to trade. So it's simply just order pairing ranges, so buying lows, right? Pairing these sell stops with buy stops and distributing them to the buy stops, right? Um, the MMXM trader teaches this in his course. It's just a continuation purge, right? If it's a turtle soup, whatever you want to call it, simple, right? This is one of my favorites. So we look for SMT at these areas to confirm it, uh, and we want to trade from hourly to 4-hour key levels. So 4-hour to hourly structure, right? For these market maker models. And this would be just simple internal to external range liquidity. And this is kind of both, right? You're going to have a premium discount of a range. Right? You just have a low that's built inside of that fair value gap. And then just run that low. And this is the activation of the buy model. So this is really only 3 types. I mean, there's obviously like external to internal. And I'm going to show you guys a bunch of examples. This is essentially how you guys want to trade external to internal, okay? All right, you want to run out a high and instantly reject that high. You want to create high resistance, and then have SMT here. And I'll also show you how to pair, what you call it, daily profiles with this. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's just get to this really quick. All right, so what is it going to look like? So this is an example of us purging a low. And so a lot of times Asia or London will create a higher low on the hourly time frame. It can look many different ways, but in this case, it's just simply London session running out that low. So all we're looking for, if we're going to be bullish, we're looking for price to engage with an hourly. All right, let me just write this down. Right, simply the high or low of of the day needs to hit a 1 hour / 4-hour PDA. And what PDA is? So really, it's just a higher low or a fair value gap. I mean, that's really it. So it needs to engage with that. Okay, so in this case, if London engages with this, creates high resistance liquidity, as in now this is right in a medium low, technically in the hourly, and we displace away from that. If we're a New York trader, well, all we have to do is, I mean, we just have to buy. I mean, the low today is already put in, confirmed. So all we have to do is get on side with that expansion. And you can project this. So if this is a failure swing, and always we want to have SMT at the higher low today, ideally, as well. So that's really it. Ideally SMT. Okay. All right. So really, it can look like this. Doesn't really matter. But if there's SMT, you can project a failure swing because the other asset manipulated, right? So yeah, you can just buy in with these projections. If there's a previous high up here, whatever, any liquidity you're targeting, this is going to, it's going to look many different ways. All you're going to ask yourself is, what did the previous 2 sessions do? Okay, so it can look like this too. If New York did it, well, this would be a New York reversal. And there's specific time, we want to see at what time, what time did New York do this? And we're going to get to that in a minute. But this would be a consolidation, New York reversal. Okay. Um, and again, I'm going to get into a couple of things, but this is like a brief overview of the MMXMs that we're going to be using. This is it. This is literally it. Okay, these models here. Okay. Um, really, there's no reason to show you this because I'm going to show you that in a minute, but this is really what we're going over here. The high and low of the day needs to be printed in one of these key levels. So these key levels will be in line with the higher time frame bias. Okay, as in something like this. Let's say the previous day hits a key level and then expands away. Okay, and then Asia and London retrace the next day, right? And then London creates high resistance. Well, now this is created inside of, let's say, a 4-hour fair value gap. Well, there's no need to come back down here, right? So really, let's say there's also like SMT. There's no need to come down here. A low of the day is confirmed at this point. So when you log in to TradingView, when you hop on the charts and you see this, well, all you got to do is target these highs up here, right? So any pullbacks in New York, you're in line with the higher time frame and also the daily profile. All the daily profile is power of 3, right? If the daily opens here, it's just open, low, high, close. That's it. Okay, it's just the way it forms. And there's specific ways it needs to form, because price just doesn't go like this. It doesn't just open. If we're going to be bullish, it doesn't go open, high. You know, it has to be a low. And the low of day being a specific time tells us a lot. So let's just go over here real quick. So let's talk about time openings. Okay, so the market is all this. All we're doing is just IPTA, right? If this, then that. If this time manipulated, then this time will distribute. That's all we're asking ourselves. If this time didn't do anything, well, I expect this time to distribute. Okay, so here we have 8:30. If 8:30 hits the key level and distributes away, then 9:30 will distribute as well as 10 o'clock. Okay, you're gonna see this repeat over and over and over. Okay, now let's flip the script here. Let's say 8:30 is over here. 9:30 hits the key level. What will 10 a.m. do? 10 a.m. as in the new 4-hour candle. Well, 10 a.m. will distribute. Okay, and if none of these did it, well then 10 a.m. will have to be the reversal candle. And this is, so you don't really want to catch a reversal, but what we're looking for is really a reversal of the 6 a.m. low, ideally. So, and we want to see immediately. So if we open low, I want to see a reversal pretty quick, and I'll show you some examples of that. Because price is not just gonna come all the way down here and then reverse at like 12 a.m. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna reverse in that first hour of the 1-hour candle usually. Okay. Um, so yeah, but a lot of times you're gonna see higher low today, or the session, New York session is gonna be 8:30 or 9:30, and we're gonna be using news events. So there's an 8:30 news event, right? And we manipulate at 8:30. Then this is significant, very significant for the next time openings. If there's 2 news drivers, let's say 8:30 doesn't do anything, well, we're looking for that next news driver to manipulate. Let's say it's 10 a.m., we're looking for that news driver to manipulate, etc., etc., etc. This also goes for anything, bro. This is why the next day model is good. The um, thing I just showed you last video, basically, on the daily time frame. So with the 4-hour candle, if the 6 a.m. 4-hour candle, if it manipulates, which is literally just 8:30 in time, the 9:30 window technically, right? Because that's before 10 a.m. open, the new 4-hour candle. So all of that is in the 6 a.m. candle. If that has a convincing close, as in it closes like this, with like a small body, long wick, kind of like a reversal candle, then we can expect the next candle, the 10 a.m. candle, to open low, high, close. Okay, so we're using the previous day, we're using the previous 4-hour candle, the sessions, the time openings. We're using all of these things to our advantage. This is why ICT says time and price, because it is very important. So let's just go into, I have so many examples. Um, let's see. Here we go. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like for a New York reversal. Okay, so this is called the Asia-London consolidation, New York reversal. So all we're asking ourselves is, what did the previous 2 sessions do? They consolidated. If we're bearish, then we want to see the highs being manipulated, right? And if they have manipulated the highs in a certain time, well, that's great. So if 8:30 does this, well, that's great. So 9:30 and 10 o'clock will distribute lower towards the draw on liquidity. And we'll see SMT here. Always check the correlated asset, because if you see this, and let's say we don't run these highs, but the other asset does, well, then you're going to miss the move. So that is the Asia-London consolidation. I'm basically showing the different profiles right now. This is just a London manipulation classic sell day. This is when London hits the key level. A lot of times it'll take out Asia highs. Well, it has to take out Asia highs. And it'll hit a key level too. Always remember we're hitting a key level. This happens inside a key level, maybe a fair value gap, maybe Asia, London hits a 1 hour key level, etc. Right? Or a swing high. Yeah, this is everyone knows this one basically. It's just when, like I said, London creates a high day. Um, Another thing to note, guys, if if you're a London trader and Asia expands, don't trade London, okay? And if London expands, don't trade New York until we get a retracement, okay? Because what happens after expansion? Consolidation, reversal, uh, um, retracement. You don't really know what's going to happen next. So it's just likely to be ugly. So this is a New York reversal. Uh, they're going to see this a lot when there's a fair value gaps, because this is a sort of retracement. If the previous day, let's say, expanded, and the next the previous two sessions just retrace, well, what happens after retracement? Expansion. So that expansion will happen at a key time when time meets price. So this will just hit a fair value gap, and then you'll see high resistance be created. A lot of times, like I said, 8:30, 9:30 will do this. We'll break down in price, so 10 a.m. will distribute. This is the delayed New York protraction. Shout out Afiz if you guys don't watch him. It's just AFYZ on YouTube. He's also in Teacher's Discord. Uh, I got this from him, so shout out him. So if you're bullish, right, you want to have an open low high close, but this profile will have an open high, right? There's no low being put in. There's no opposing run creating a daily wick. So New York will actually do that. Right? New York will actually run the session lows and actually reverse off of that. And as you see the daily open here, there's no manipulation. So this is basically creating the daily wick. Okay, and I have some examples of this as well. Asia and London do not create an opposing run. New York will create the fake move, not the make move, the fake move, the opposing run, right? So yeah, and you want to have SMT here as well. Key level, all these sessions key level. That's very important. All right, so now into the examples. I have so many examples. So this is the weekly time frame. I'm going to start off with the top down, so really help you guys out. So it's the weekly time frame, right? So just like any candle, right? We want to enter the candle after we hit a key level, right? After we sweep liquidity, because that's distribution. This is viewed as manipulation. So this next candle is distribution. So now we're going to align a daily profile with this, as well as all daily profiles, all that, to confirm this, right? So here we are on Monday, and I'm not going to get into weekly profiles really, but it's the same thing. We hit a key level, which is the swing point, right, on the daily. Um, and the thing about catching reversals, uh, you need, ideally you need news events and the daily profile, okay? And you're going to see how you could have caught this trade here. This is on Monday, by the way. There's news. So we have SMT here confirming this reversal off of this key level. Like I said, it's the daily, or sorry, the 1 hour or above PD array. That's all we're looking for. This is a daily swing point. So let's go here into the lower time frame. So what do the previous two sessions do? They just consolidate, right? They just really consolidate between this high and this low. And then look at the key time. Right? We take this out at key time. And look what I said, right? We want to trade the candles. So there's a really good tip, guys. Like, it's a really good tip. So on the any time frame, okay, you want to have, okay, see how we hit this key level with one candle, right? You either want to have the second candle distribute after that, or if the first candle that hits this key level doesn't have this kind of like a reversal candle, the second candle will make that, okay? and you want to have this third candle distribute. Like if it takes out this low, then that's kind of like an invalidation, right? Because look over here, look at this key level right here. Even like right here, we take out this high. So you want to have this candle distribute lower, but what does it do? It closes over the 50% of this candle. So that's an invalidation. So, and then we redo it. We retake this high at a key time, New York, and we want to have this candle distribute, right? Because this candle made the manipulation candle. I can show you so many examples of this shit. Um, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but yeah, let's just go into the lower time frames. So as you see, we have 10 a.m. news. So let's look at the time openings here. So you see 8:30 does nothing, right? 9:30 does nothing. We hit the key level at 9:30, but do we confirm the reversal with the CSD? No. And we're also waiting for that 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. open, high, what really makes the low, open, low, right? The opposing run, and then we make the CSD, right? This is a 3 minute, but it's just cleaner on the 3 minute. You can use 5 minute, 15 minute, whatever. Um, but yeah, I mean, this is how you confirm, right? We have the 10 a.m. reversal, right? And we're confirming the daily profile. We're in line uh, with the higher time frame, and we have news on our side. So if this is too big of a entry, I feel you. You have this breaker, so in this fair value gap, so you can just wait for any reaction out of this level, and you get that here. You get another SMT. These series of order blocks is a nice entry, and you have the propulsion block here, etc., etc. And then once you take out the draw liquidity, it gets a little choppy, but yeah. So this next day, right? This is already confirmed. So, and we also have that indecision candle, that reversal candle. So what do we want the second candle to do? Distribute higher. Um, so yeah, um, yeah, let's go to lower time frames. See what this looks like, right? So this is the 4-hour time frame. So look at what 6 a.m. did. It caused the SMT. So this is the thing about SMT too. You want this to distribute in the first two candles basically. Um, like this one, right? One candle hits the key level. Well, I want the second candle to reverse. I don't want the second candle's low to be taken. If we take off the first candle's low, that hits the creates the SMT or hits the key level. Like I said, I don't want to get too deep into that, but I'll keep explaining that because it's really good. So 6 a.m. candle obviously takes out 2 a.m. candles low and then closes above 2 a.m. candles high. I can't talk. So we expect obviously an open, low, high, close. This is what I mean by using the 6 a.m. candle. Let's go into the lower time frames. See what the daily profile looks like. So look what I said earlier. Is when you have a bullish range and the previous two sessions uh, retrace. Well, this is setting up for a New York reversal. And we have that swing low, the hourly swing low, and it's the activation of a buy model, right? I also forgot to mention this. If manipulation happens prior to 8:30, well, all the sessions or all the time openings will distribute. Okay, and in this day in particular, we expect large distribution because if I go to the daily time frame, manipulation just occurred. So this is when we can get huge distributions, right? The day that hits the key level, you're not going to get big distribution. We're not going to hit this key level and then make the price run all the way to the external range. Right? It's not going to happen. Um, but the second day, you can get large distribution, especially with news like this. So let's go into the lower time frames. Okay, so as you see, this is around 8 o'clock or so. You start getting, you know, breaks in structure and all that. And what you want to see in the time openings is an opposing run and displacement through that. So if you watch T-Trade's video, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And once you see this kind of confirms it because, um, yeah, this just confirms it because we're not going to come down here. If the 8:30 does this, it just confirms the low of the day as well as the SMT obviously confirms it. You can see the accumulation, manipulation, and the distribution with the time openings. Uh, and we have, what day is this, by the way? Tuesday. We have the 9:30 and 10 a.m. news. So if 9:30, by the way, also, if 9:30 makes just a straight run up, you're gonna have some sort of Judas at 10 a.m. open, as you see here. You're gonna see that a lot of times. And same thing, you want to see an open, low, high close, CSD, There's actually a 15-minute fair value gap here as well. But yeah, I'm not really getting too deep into entries. I just want to show you guys daily profiles. All right, so how to confirm an expansion candle, right? Why do we expect expansion? Well, news event, it's Wednesday, and external range is not taken. All right, so 6 a.m. candle, what does it do? Has that reversal candle, right? Long wick, and also hits a key level, so 4-hour fair value gap, and we have news. Okay, so this is a uh, delayed New York protraction profile, right? Because we have no opposing run, as you see. The previous two sessions kind of just trickle up, right? Kind of consolidate up in a way, and you have the opposing run, manipulation, and the distribution. As you see, the daily opens right here, right? So this is the creation of the daily wick, essentially, and the SMT confirms that, as well as the 6 a.m. candle, where it actually has a 1-hour CSD, and the 10 a.m. open low into that key level, and then distributes higher. Let's go lower time frames. So look here. So 8:30 news event. These two news events here at 8:15, 8:30. They make the opposing run and hit the key level. So if that happens, right, we have the SMT. What will 9:30 do? Right, straight distribution. Like I said, if we do this at 9:30, we're gonna have some sort of retracement at 10 a.m. And you see that here. You have this SMT here. This is gonna be a breakaway gap because there's SMT. And yeah, you get distribution higher. Simple open, low, high, close, 10 a.m. candle. Okay, so now let's get into this one. So I don't know if you guys remember this week. This is a CPI week. We have a CPI on Thursday. And we have no opposing run at the with the weekly open. So as you see, this is the example I just showed you. This is the next week, basically. So if this week expanded, we need to see an open, low, high, close for the weekly candle. But we don't get that. We just get an open, high. So if we just have a bunch of low resistance liquidity, what will CPI do? It will basically wipe all that liquidity out. It's just kind of like a retracement you can think about. You have this range here. You have this discounted, this is discount here, discounted fair value gap. So this is the market maker model. You have the approach consolidations, etc., etc. So here, like I said, you want to have high resistance when you're trading back into a range. And how do you confirm that? How do you trade the reversal? Well, you need news event and the daily profile. And that's what we have here, right? We have the two sessions accumulating. Right? This is the accumulation New York reversal that I showed you. And you see the 8:30 makes the opposing run, CPI, and immediately displaces back into the range. You don't even really need to see a CSD, but there's SMT all up in here. This little series of up close candles you can enter on. This is the safe one right here, obviously, because we have that kind of like a breaker as well as the what's it called, CSD. And yeah, so this is confirmed high of day. You have the SMT to confirm that as well, and then 9:30 and 10 a.m. just distribute like it just absolutely melts. So let's go to the next day. Okay, so now uh, we have this huge displacement lower, and we have the CSD here. Sorry, uh, SMT with the correlated asset, and we hit a key level. So again, low today created in a key level. All right, so if you're going to trade back into a range, so we're trading back into this range, you want to have high resistance, is what we have here. So what does 6 a.m. do on both of these days, by the way? So 6 a.m. manipulates, so what does 10 a.m. do? Distribute. 6 a.m. manipulates, what do you do? Distribute. We're using time and price here, so 8:30 makes the opposing run, takes out liquidity, right? So this is a Friday, as you see 8:30 news down here. So what does 10 a.m. do? Well, 10 a.m. do distribute, right? And you can get in on this breaker. So again, if 8:30 manipulates, 9:30 will distribute, right? You can be confident in taking this trade at 9:30. And yeah, 10 a.m. will continue. So now this is the next week. This is I'm going to be highlighting these 2 days. So let's get into that. So this is Monday, and we have news again. So 8:30 news. So we have this SMT here. We have the fair value gap, and we have a swing point, right? That we're engaging with. The previous is high, and it's just again, it's just order pairing ranges, order pairing the range high to the range low. and this is a 10 a.m. reversal. So you see, 8:30 does nothing, right? We haven't engaged in any hourly PD ray, but you see how the previous two sessions just retrace into the key level and then we distribute, right? Um, so we have session lows still intact, right? And as you see, 9:30 doesn't really do anything either. Don't really do anything, and we reverse at around 11 a.m. So if you want to trade the 10 a.m. reversal, well, you want to have that happen uh, ideally before like 11:30, pretty much. And you see the CSD, we have 12 a.m. news here. Uh, Powell speaks, and since we already manipulated, well, that news event will send price lower to the range low. All right, so this is the next day. The next day, the previous day created high resistance, so now we're just inside of this range from low to high. So what do we have? What do we engage with? A swing point. This is also 6 a.m. 6 a.m. manipulates what 10 a.m. do. Easy draw on liquidity distribution to the range low. All right, so we have 8:30 news. So 8:30 did not create this manipulation as you see, but 9:30 did. So if 9:30 does this and then CSDs, what do we expect 10 a.m. to do? Right, just straight up distribute, right? And then for continuations, you just have this range from high to low, kind of have this just choppy retracement. So expansion, retracement, SMT into a key level. This is also creating the 10 a.m. wick. As you see, we don't really have a 10 a.m. wick. It's small. And this is going above that and then distributing lower. So this is a nice target right here. All right, so this is actually oil today. So as you see, just playing the continuation, just open, high, low, close. So how do we confirm that? Right, so you have uh, simply just this range, this price trapped into consolidating. So price can't reverse from a consolidation. So what will it do? Expand. It's either going to take out the high or just expand. If it takes to the high, then it's just an AMD. So this is an hourly swing point. Price takes out this hourly swing point. As you see, we're just consolidating the previous two sessions, kind of like just retracing. And then we have this SMT to confirm the 10 a.m. open, high, low close. And like I said, if you're going to trade a 10 a.m. open or just reversal, you want to have it happen in the first like hour. So this happens in the first hour. And it immediately displaces really clean. Um, yeah, really clean. Like you have the smart universal, low risk sell, first stage distribution, and then you hit the key low, the previous day's low. Right, now I just got a bunch of random examples. This is FX replay. Some of my examples is oil. So I wanted to show you guys more assets other than just NQ and stuff. So this is the 8-hour chart. So the thing about an 8-hour chart for futures is it actually shows the 2 a.m. candle and the 6 a.m. candle. So this right here, the 2 a.m. candle and 6 a.m. candle manipulate. So what does the 10 a.m. candle do? So also the 8-hour candle opens at 10 a.m., the new one, as well as the 4-hour. So we can expect an open, low, high close, okay? And we're just bullish basically. All right, so look, London low today, as you see. So what do we expect New York to do, right? It's just a retracement. Like I said, we don't wait for a retracement if we expand. And you confirm that with the CSD. And the 10 a.m. opens right here. I don't have it marked out. So about around here. We open up here, and then we CSD, and then obviously, this is a whole market maker model phase here. Simple, right? All right, this is the daily time frame. Like I said, the first day that hits the key level, right, it can reverse. So this is a weird day. We kind of open, it's a weird opening gap, but this second day, we can anticipate a reversal if we even take out this low. And we can anticipate that with the daily profile. So what do we have? Order pairing ranges. So you have the previous two sessions retracing into the key level. New York hits the key level, and we distribute. Then we have 8:30 opposing run to key level, 9:30 red folder news, New York reversal. So as you see, we have the 8:30 opposing run, 9 o'clock New York, red folder news, creates the manipulation, and we distribute higher, displacing. So you want to get in around here. The only reason I got up here is because we're just above the daily open, so we can expect price to still continue into the range high, obviously, but yeah. There's also like a 15-minute fair value gap here and stuff. Okay, so this is trading it back into a range. So you just have an expansion here. So when you have like a lot of days of expansion, like huge expansions, then we're likely, depending on the day and stuff, we're likely to come back into the range. And again, it's all the same, right? When it hit a key level, high resistance be created. This is a 4-hour time frame, so if the 6 a.m. candle hits the key level and fails to close inside of the range, where we're looking for the 10 a.m. candle to open high, low close back into the range. As you see here, what do the 2 sessions do? Accumulate, manipulate before 8:30 open. So what are we going to do likely? Just melt, right? And we confirm that with chain of state delivery and all that. And this is a trade. So previous 2 sessions consolidate, A and B, 4-hour external range, internal range. And the 10 a.m. opens around here, something like that. So you can just, right when we retrace, open high, getting in positioned in that wick. Or you always want to buy above opening prices. Or sorry, below opening prices. And sell above opening prices. So this is previous day hits key level, as you see here. So we're trying to catch that distribution, right? Also, Thursday reversal, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday takes out Monday's low, and obviously we're going to take out Wednesday's high. All right, so 4-hour chart, as you see up here, we hit the key level, right? Failed to close over this fair value gap, respecting a long wick, right? So we expect 10 a.m. to do the reversal, right? It's second candle. It's technically third candle, but yeah. So you have the 8:30 right here, makes the opposing run, makes high resistance. Uh, I don't really have the, so look at the 2300. So basically it's just kind of like a, what's the word here? Accumulation, manipulation, New York reversal, because these 2 sessions don't really do anything, the previous 2 sessions. Um, and we kind of hit this key level kind of late, kind of like in the last 2 hours of the 4-hour candle. But yeah, and it's just a really clean market maker model, right? We have the smart money reversal, low risk buy, first stage distribution, and then if we got tested here, this would be second stage, but it just kind of leaves you. You don't really get a retest. But yeah, that's really it, guys. It's the same thing over and over. Let me know what you guys think. This might be one of my last videos, just because I'm not really a YouTuber. I can probably make a video on like top-down analysis, really just putting it all together. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Catch y'all later.